This is Brittany Louise. She is the officer who me and Miss Peaches were speaking about in one of our conversations. She is friends with William Barr. You guys might be familiar with the director of the FBI, William Barr. Same name, different guy. This is William. The William that I know. He used to be an officer. I used to have a great deal of respect for the man, but he has taught me not to. Both of these officers know each other. We have mutual friends in common. This is Aaron Mayville. When my friend Danny was dead behind the pedestrian shop, this is one of the guys that was there. This is Caroline. She knows about quite a bit. This is Audrey Jones. She knows me from Starbucks. And like a lot of people, I'm cut off from these people because of Facebook bans. Facebook bans for speaking out, for exercising my First Amendment right. First Amendment. Not the 3rd, not the 5th, not the 9th, not the 13th, but the very first. There's a reason that I speak out. There's a reason that I fight this fight. While Natalie asking for help, and she got it, was construed as getting help, when I asked for help, it was twisted as if I were stalking. I don't stalk people. I will harass them. I see no problems nor issues with that. The right thing should have been done, but you can't make police do the right thing, not without required body cameras and access to them. Taking advantage of a disabled person who can't defend themselves is nationwide. You think you got it bad as a black man? Homeless people got it worse than you do. And you know who's got it worse than the homeless? Homeless minorities. So if you a black man in the house, count your lucky stars. You're more human than I am. You're more human than Aaron Mayville will be treated. Now there's a lot of people who wanted to help me out, but because of the harassment and the slander and people going around at every corner to prevent my words from being shown, to prevent the truth from being shown, to prevent me from even going to my own court dates. Everything was done to prevent that evidence from being shown, and I have done everything I can to try to find an outlet where I can show all of it. The problem is that ever since the law enforcement got a hold of my Facebook and got a hold of my YouTube and got their hooks in way back in January of 2018, yeah, getting a hold of people who are trying to help me has been a pain in the ass. I want my life to be over because of the things that I've had to endure over this slander. The mass quantity of harassment that I've had to endure because Alicia Michelle Bollinger doesn't want to tell the truth. I looked up the name Alicia Bollinger, and look at this, right there. There's Alicia. Yep, and she's pretty. You see that? She has more rights than me because of that. Here's another one from her missing persons poster. It was this woman right here, in specific, in Virginia, who invited me to go do all the fun things that were later used to try to pretend like I had stalked them. Alicia Bollinger belongs in prison. Now, she could come forward and tell the truth, but no, she's gonna hide behind her looks. She's gonna hide behind her sympathy because she's so pretty. But the fact is, she's a junkie. She's an addict. She's mentally ill and doesn't care who is harmed. Not even a little bit. Her mother isn't much better. Her mother chose alcohol and men who beat her over having her own children. Here's her twin sister, Natalie, who was killed. She was my best friend. But you know what? Because I did as she asked, I was treated like shit. Life ain't a bucket of fucking tomatoes, people. It's not spaghetti sauce. It's a lot messier than that. Natalie's dead because the cops wouldn't do their jobs, and because Natalie herself would not come forward and tell the truth. And my predators all got to get away with the things that they did because of the slander by this young woman in specific, and this young woman in specific, as well as Rose M. Kelly, Kara Johnson, Kara Miles. Then there are people like Will here, who used to be a police officer. When it all comes down to it, though, he's a coward, who thinks he's going to teach his children to be a better man than he is. You can't do that. You have to show them by example. If you can't show them a better man, they won't be better men. It's time to stop all this BS. But that's not going to happen until the real predators are taken down. This man right here could see to it that many of these predators are taken down. The problem is he's a coward. This is Edward Snowden. This man has been speaking out about many of the things that I speak out about. He won't come back to the United States until he can get a fair trial. I can't get a fair trial, and I can't leave the United States, so this man is more protected than I am. His words mean more than mine do. Why is that? People like to say, don't compare yourself to others. Well, with all due respect, in the interest of equality, you really should. You should compare yourself to others. You should see what it is that you have that others don't. Whenever you say you should do this and you should do that, do you ever stop to ask yourself, does this person have the means that I have? Does this person have access to the things that I have? What are they having to go through that I'm not? What roadblocks and obstacles could possibly be in their way that I don't have to encounter? Do you? Right there, keyword is whistleblower. I'm blowing the whistle loud and clear. I am not hiding it from anybody. Because unlike William Barr, I'm not a coward. Afraid, yes. Coward, no.